moving on to the totally Indian brand that Sanjeev sir will actually, sir, please your perspective on how your product, or how and where do we stand at the manufacturing end?
If you ask me, then it would be a different kind of a perspective if we look into. We have been into manufacturing by birth. Matlab, I am into manufacturing for last 30 years. So 30 electronics. So maybe we always had a chance to have some products, some technologies which were required by India, and we have been doing it. I did my first when the technology when we had a telecom revolution. I started my manufacturing career with manufacturing of telephone instruments, and this was 94, 95. So the things have been always there, had been opportunities, and we were also looking into it. So it's not about, we have to look into a completely a different perspective. Yeah, definitely. I would like to talk about ki how people are believing in that we can't do, हम खाली screw nut कर रहे हैं, bolt कर रहे हैं, assembling कर रहे हैं, but true manufacturing can be also done. Very smaller things. When we started doing CCTV cameras, we were able to give a very good competition. By 2012, we were the #1 brand in the country. We had a 12% market share. But the things changed on there. So the complete ecosystem of electronics and especially CCTV went into China. And as of today also, top 4 companies out of 5 are from China, and they control the almost 80% of the world market. Only the #1 player in the market is almost 40% of the market share. So this is, we have to learn it from them. But it's not that we can't do it. When we started doing it, there were definitely very difficult times also when we were not getting the access to the technology because the complete technology went to the China. But now the things have changed a lot. So we kept on doing few smaller things like doing the casings, cables, connectors, maybe the ancillary circuits, not the main board. The ancillary circuits, it's not only about, like Varun said, it's not why are we worried about assembling? Why are we saying assembling is? So we did started, let's first build up the processor board. We started with the ancillary board. We started with the things which were much easier to do it. Where we later found that these are labor intensive. Today we see we are at 4 to 6 times cheaper in labor than China. If we are able to do any component where there is more of a labor. If today I say about the housing which we do. If we talk about an aluminum housing, 40% is the raw material, 50% is the labor, and 10% is the profit. If my 50% is 1/4, even though with their scale, we are 1/6, I say they are much more efficient than us, then also we are 4 times. Then also, if at their scale, I am still able to manage the same cost of the housing, what they are doing in China. That's why we are able to compete them with here. These are one of the smaller things. It's not always about we say that we will first make the SoC, then we will make a processor, then we will make a motherboard. Let's start thinking on the other side, but things we can do it. And so it would have started with assembling only. If assembling nahi hoti, then we would have not reached to this level.
I mean, that is why Google Pixel also after iPhone and Samsung, I mean manufacturing units here, manufacturing as in assembly units here. So then Google Pixel has also just 2024 they have also started their 8A. They are all being manufactured here. So yes, of course, what do I say? I mean, those assembly things we are doing, and in fact the fab also in Gujarat, I would like to have your thoughts on that as well. So what kind of things are we doing there? And are we planning more of such fabs in different places of India?
Ma'am, we started off with assembling on SKD, then we moved to CKD. Now we have a PLI for ECMS where we are saying that we will make the components here. And by the time we start making these basic components, these fabs will also come into production. And this is a phase when, if we all remember, the MIT started with phase manufacturing program. So it is basically, we can say it was a phase manufacturing. We started with SKDs to CKDs to now simpler components, and now moving on to fabs, and with the in coming years, we are going to see the complete ecosystem being built here, designed here, So we are moving towards that direction, and it's the best way forward where we can grab this opportunity, and maybe now our strength on more of AI coming in. Now the strength of India more on the software side, on this AI moving on the products on the edge is going to play a major role, and that could be the success mantra for all of us.